Woosah, 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 woosah. I think I needed to take a really long woosah because it's our first time back on Woosah Wednesday in a couple weeks, and I am so happy to be back on Woosah Wednesday. Welcome one, welcome all. Before we even crack the mic all the way open, I would like to bring in our Minister Oyeyemi so that she could open us up with a prayer, with a blessing for this divine service of Woosah Wednesday that we're bringing forth today. Hi, Minister Oyeyemi.
To be amongst the breathing, the living, mystical and magical Woosah Wednesday. It is with gratitude and gracefulness I give thanks to our Minister SCG 13, our Minister Ari Gabrielle Smith, our Minister Jennifer, and to each and every one of you, we give thanks and gratitude that you decided to share your Woosah Wednesday with us. We thank you for the guidance and direction of our ancestors. We thank you for the guidance and direction of Mama Moon. We thank you for the guidance and direction of our womb. We thank you for the guidance and directions of our souls, our spirits. And we come together as a collective to bring to each and every one what's needed to the best of our ability. We give thanks and praise. Thanks and praise, thanks and praise, thanks and praise. Happy to be back for Woosah Wednesday. Happy to be back in the presence of our ministers. Happy to be back in the presence of each and every one of you that could and could not be here tonight. We give thanks and praise. Ashe Amira Mayat.
Hache Amenra Mayat. Hache, thank you so much, I Minister Oyeyemi. It has been quite a time since the eclipses. There's so many different things that have gone on, and everyone has been feeling this amazing shift that is happening, and it is not an easy one. By any means, it's not an easy one. Today we are celebrating the year anniversary of the Master Vibration 13 9 Chakra Cleanse. It was April of 2023 that we started the 9 Chakra Cleanse, and all of the practitioners did it, and we all have had tremendous experiences through it and because of it. It is a service that we offer here privately at mastervibration13.com. If you're interested in learning more about it, we can definitely speak to you privately about what this is and what the, how it would go if you were to do it with one of our practitioners. But basically, this cleanse is about visiting every single visiting 9 energy centers in your body, because there's so many more than 7, so many more than 13, so many more than 9. So when we know these areas in our body, it helps so that we're able to maneuver and we're able to drive our lives on the path that we're on without getting all out of whack. The fact that people are out of balance and they don't have the knowledge of this system within us. This system, I learned about this system in I think it was 2011. 2011 is when I heard of the chakras. And when I first heard of it, I was like, what is that? Chakras, what is that? And so, I did some deep diving. And when I learned what these energy centers were about and how they work within us, it was a light bulb for me, because I was like, okay, so you mean to tell me that I could learn, this when I'm angry, when I'm upset, there's an energy center within me that pertains to that particular energy of being upset, of being angry, or being, all riled up. And so that was really fascinating to me, because, I started thinking about how, okay, so if each energy center pertains to something, and all I have to do is have knowledge of it and know how to work it, how to heal it, how to bring it to balance, how to make it spin, how to make it work the way that it's supposed to work. If I can do that, I recognize the power of that immediately. And then right after that, well, actually before that, I was introduced to crystals as well. However, I didn't know how they coincided. I didn't really know how they worked. But right after the information of the chakras came, the crystals were just right with it. Because when you look at the energy centers in your body, they all have different colors. And so when you look at things in nature, like flowers, like crystals, those colors of those things pertain to those energy centers within your system, because as above, so below, as within, so without. So what you're seeing, outside of you in nature, there is something, it pertains to some part of you within you. And so when it comes to crystals, you look at a specific crystal. I'm going to say lapis lazuli, for example. This is this blue crystal, and this blue crystal is for your pineal gland, which is in the center of your eyes, and it's the same color as the particular stone. So, the divine is just a divine. It is so perfect in its design, because our healing abilities come from within us. And when we start to really nurture that, we start to find those things that heal us within on the outside, or that are going to heal us from within. You find that particular thing on the outside. My whole life is an example of that. And so tonight we're talking about chakras and Orgone energy technology, Orgone energy batteries. This is important because ever since you guys, we have a TikTok, Master Vibration 13 is on. Well, actually, I am SCG 13 on TikTok, and all I do is just share the site, I share information, and I started recently sharing the Orgone energy batteries, because this is the season where we start to release those. But because we are now a private, we're a private service, we're a private organization, we're not able to just, sell products to people that are not members of our organization. And so there are so many people that are asking questions, that are saying, how can I get it? And it always creates this energy among people of curiosity. And it's like that by design, not by my design, but by the design of what it is, what this Orgone technology is. For those of you who are listening to us for the very first time, Orgone technology is crystals, metals, resin. When you put the metals and the crystals together and you pour that resin in, that resin is squeezing the energy from the crystals and from the metals, and is creating what is called a scalar wave. And the scalar wave is a multidimensional energy. It moves faster than the speed of light, and in a device like an Orgone pyramid, an Orgone, any Orgone device is going to carry the scalar energy, and it's always on for a beneficial energy. It's always creating a more beneficial space. So Orgone technology cannot be created for a negative force, for bad, right? If you want to label things like that, it's not going to, it's beneficial. It's not detrimental. And it is the only technology that protects people from EMF radiation, from the technology that they're pouring in the air, that some call it like the vaccines in the air. And also just the debris from your computers, from this technological age that we are now existing in. Not that we're going to exist in, but that we are existing in now. And people are experiencing all of the sicknesses that come by electromagnetic frequencies. And they are mislabeling them. They're calling them different things. People are experiencing definitely a lot of mental fog, mental confusion, depression, all of these different things. And all of those things then definitely lead to another ailment or to another more physical sickness. But it all starts from the mind, and it starts from this energy, this invisible energy that we cannot see, that is called technology, that we're now experiencing it in our bodies, and we're experiencing the results and the effects of this. And this is why, people like and companies like Master Vibration 13, Orgone energy batteries, we have to work in private because of what this energy is, but because there's so many of us that are doing this work and are doing it in private, we're making a huge difference to not just the health of the people, but the knowledge of the people. And having this information needs to be information that's available to absolutely everyone. However, the information must be private, because the information that is offered becomes non-beneficial for the powers that were. And so in that case, they do everything that they have to do to stop it. So this is the only place, mastervibration13.com, and those sites, these platforms that we actually pay for, are the only sites that we're able to talk about this information. One, because we're private, and two, because we're in our space talking about this. But this cannot be talked about on social media because they're not having it. They will not allow it. And that's just a testament to the power of what that is. If you're listening to this for the first time, I would definitely recommend to do your research on Orgonite, Orgone Energy, Wilhelm Reich, Karl Hans. This technology is a technology that has existed. I said these names because these names are, you can look for them. You can look for them and you can find videos and different things, from them. However, I got my information, the creations that you've seen that are Orgone energy batteries done by me, the information that I got in creating them were not from people that are here in the physical or people that have videos about it. I got my information directly through my ancestors. And I was able to do that because I started working with this Orgone technology called Orgonite. And as soon as I received it, I started getting information, and I started feeling that sense of clarity within the spiritual realm. And so I can't say that this would be the same exact experience for anybody else. This is just my experience. And I do have some colleagues that have experienced something similar. But just please know that whenever I'm speaking about this experience is based on my own personal experience, what I have lived through with this information. And it is very important to know that my teachings and what I've learned came from the ancestral realm, the spiritual realm. And it came by way of just mind and thoughts. And when I zoned in, I got the information and I did what I had to do. And when I started working with it, it started speaking to me, and it started allowing for everything that was of non-beneficial energy within me to come out. So that also means that anything that is not beneficial must come out for its clearing. And this Orgone technology does just that. So when you start to use this technology, whatever is going on in your life that needs to be shown to you is going to be shown to you. You are going to experience the effects of what it means to clear your own energy, to heal what it is that's within you. So there will be lots of memories and things and thoughts and different things that you'll begin to experience based upon what your needs are. And this is very important to know. This energy works within us. You ever seen in a movie where they have like let's say they'll Iron Man, how they put that battery inside his chest and it just fused with him, and it kind of read him, he read it. This is the same kind of effect that orgone energy has on the individual. As soon as you hold it, this is the same with crystals. But what happens is that with the orgone energy, the energy of the crystals gets amplified. So as soon as you hold an orgone energy device, it's going to start working for your healing. So it's going to start working through you immediately. And this is energy that you may be able to feel depending on your sensory, on your sensibility. If you're somebody who meditates, if you're somebody who eats well, clean as possible, right? Someone who prays and meditates, then you're going to have more of a sensitivity to this energy than someone who maybe doesn't. But that doesn't mean that you will not be affected by it. You just may not feel it as much as somebody that's more sensitive. But a person, no matter what, no matter whether they recognize the feeling or not, they are being affected by this technology. That's how scalar technology works. And it's going to be specific to the individual. And as soon as you lay your hands on it, it starts to affect you specifically. What is it that you need? What is it what is it that needs to heal within you? What are you ready for? Because that's another thing about this technology. It's not going to give you anything that you can't handle. But the thing is that a lot of people don't believe that they can handle anything, especially when it comes to open up that Pandora's box of those shadow selves, the dark side. The dark side is very uncomfortable. And the orgone energy devices are they can make that calm for you depending on your receptivity to it, right? If you're fighting against and you're saying, nope, I don't want it, I don't want to do it, you might have to end up burying it, giving it away or something, because once you click on that door, especially now at this time, there's no closing that door. When you tell the Most High that you are ready for your self-healing, that you're ready to heal, and you even start to take a look at those ways of healing, the door's going to be wide open. And so you're constantly going to either have to say, nope, 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 I don't want it, or you're going to, give in to the feeling and really do the self-healing and be able to experience the benefits of, walking in that darkness. So the reason why this is so important now is because these are elements and these are things that anyone can gather and have. And so if you recognize what this energy is and you begin to call for it and say that you want to work with this energy is going to come to you. Because this energy is the energy of our ancestors. The information that's inside of crystals and stones. I'm not going to give a whole, what is it called, gemology lesson on this. But if you do the research on what this technology is, you will find how powerful it is. And crystals are used in all of the technology that we use today. It is a very powerful stone that is available to everyone. That's the same reason why there has been so much fear created about it. If you're noticing, there's so many more shows now about witchery, everybody's a god and a goddess and a this and a that, because the truth can no longer be hidden. So it has to come out. But here's the thing. All of this wonderful information that's coming into the minds of people that are not ready to receive the truth, what do you think is going to happen with that? Well, what's happening right now is the chaos, because people don't know what to do with this information. They're afraid of it. They're believing things that they're being told by the internet of what is, or believing like in a book. Not to say that books or anything like that is not important, but you have to it's not just about getting a whole bunch of information. Where are you getting the information from? What is it that's guiding you to get this information? And it shouldn't just be because you just want to know things. There's so many things in the world to know. But when you start redirecting yourself to be on purpose all the time, then you won't be wasting any time, because everything that is supposed to be for you to read or for you to look at it's going to come organically. It's not going to come in a way that you're in a desperate search for information to save your life, but it's going to come from you developing this peace and this knowing and this trust with, the great all, that you will have everything that you need every single time. And I'll give you a brief example of that. And this is just how I work with everything that I've done in this life. I have this relationship with books, right? So I think books are wonderful. I'm not reading every single book that comes across my desk. I'm not doing that. I'm not. And so I like to use books as confirmations, and so I talk to spirit, I talk to my ancestors, I talk to Most High, and I tell them to tell me what I need to know. Right? And so they'll direct me to where I need to know. And so there's this one book, and I'm Minister Odeyemi sent me I think it was 4 books, and I love these books. Short reads, very informative. But there's this one book, and I kept waiting to read this book. And so I started reading the book, and when I started reading the book, I got so many confirmations about having to read this book. And the book is the book about the Sibyls by Mama Zogbe, I believe her name is. And I got I got it sent to me on an audio through I Minister Trevelyan. I got it sent to me in the physical book by I Minister Odeyemi. I got it. Someone sent me a video of the creator of the book speaking about it, and so I always get these 3 confirmations. With this particular thing, it was more than that, but that's something that tells me, okay, this is something to look at. This is something that I need to open up, and I really need to give my attention and energy to, because that's how we save time, and that's how we practice our own intuition and our own knowing of what to do next. And it's something that we all have to be able to do that, because there's as many, if you want to call it, positive, there's as many negative energies as there are positives. So, and they look like anything and everything. And just because something is ugly, it doesn't mean that it's bad. And just because something is pretty, it doesn't mean that it's good. And so this is what's happening in the world right now with all of this information and all of everything that's just happening, all of the religions, all of the doctrine, everything that's going on. And we're being asked to pull into ourselves so that we can get the truth, because only you will know what that truth is. When you feel it, when you experience it, then you know it. And so this is why it is so important to talk about this Orgone technology. And let me just say this, because a lot of people have been asking how to buy them, where they can buy them. Okay, so these, because I know that this podcast is on other platforms right now as well, they're only for members of mastervibration13.com. If you were not a member of mastervibration13.com, we can't even talk about you gaining this access to this, for so many reasons. One of the reasons is that with great power comes great responsibility, and you need to know what it is that you're getting. So you need to be prepared for what it is that you're going to be using. And we here at Master Vibration 13, we make sure that when we release this type of product, that the people that are getting it are well aware of what it is and its history, and also the knowledge of being able to recreate it themselves, because that's important. And so, we work with people that are really interested in this work, in this healing, and are ready to go full steam ahead with it. The other reason, and we will all at Master Vibration and in the world will learn more of the private versus the public, and what public is and what private is. So as a community that wants to protect itself with this technology, we must be private. And so private means that we're not talking about this in depth. Like, I'm not going to give you all the ingredients and all of these things of what we do with it on a platform like this, on a podcast. That's not going to happen. This work is sacred, and it must be dealt with and honored in that way, in order for it to work the way that it needs to work, not just for the people who are creating it and are around it, but for humanity. This is something that once it's created, it can't be destroyed. So it's going to exist somewhere forever. And so it's important to know what you're using, what is being created, what's happening to you as this is being used. And these are all of the things that you'll be able to access here at Master Vibration 13 with our practitioners, because our practitioners all have Orgone technology. Some of them are creators themselves, and they know about this work. So with that said, I want to she already knows that I'm going to call on her because I know she could feel me, that I'm about to tell her if she could express her experience with this Orgone technology. She creates them herself for her family and her friends, and she's been doing it for a while, and she's taught herself like I've learned. And so I'm very, very proud of her and her work. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let me present to you I Minister Jennifer. You knew I was coming for you, huh?
I absolutely knew you were coming. But I will say this: the journey to creating my Orgone energy batteries has been rewarding, challenging. Left me scratching my head a couple of times. I didn't know what to do. I've been on what I call YouTube University, researching scalar energy, other people who create um, these devices to kind of get some idea of how to structure it. Like I knew, like I would have a vision in my head on what I wanted to do, and then those first couple of attempts, it didn't look the way I wanted it to look. It didn't feel the way I wanted it to feel. I didn't trust that the energy was there in the beginning because the devices looked like crappy in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say now that I've been trying different techniques, different ways to layer, different ways to um, structure the crystals, the metals inside the pieces. I've gotten better. They look more polished now when they're finished curing. Even with my curing, I've had to figure out, when to use direct sunlight, when not to, because sometimes it may be so much sun energy that
Mm-hmm.
they start to crack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a journey. I've had to, learn how to sand them and paint more resin on the outside or either spray it. So there's been different things back and forth. But the one thing I will say is that um, once I figured it out, I could definitely feel the energy from those pieces. I could start creating them for my family for what their specific needs were. I started studying stones, what their metaphysical properties were, so that when I did a personal piece for someone, it would be more thoughtful and more intentional than just putting together what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
There were stones that I felt like would work for that particular need or for that particular journey. So there's been a wealth of knowledge that I've gotten from just doing a lot of research on what this stones do. I'm a low key gemologist in my head because I love all things crystals and jewelry and all that good stuff. So for me to do the deep dive into the Book of Stones was
Mm-hmm.
no brainer for me. It was like a kid in a candy store,
Mm-hmm.
but that helped because when my husband needed, when my daughter needed, when my cousins needed, I knew generally what I wanted to do and went to the Book of Stones and went to the internet and researched and made sure that the metaphysical properties kind of coincided with what I wanted the device to do for them in their lives and get them on the journey to using and how to use and teaching how to meditate and how the energy can, help them either whether it's calming, whether it's feeling a sense of protection from it, whether it's empowering them to walk a journey. Those things have come to life from me tinkering, quote unquote, with making Orgone energy batteries.
Absolutely. And so, how has been your experience with connecting and communicating with the ancestral realm, your spiritual realm, since you've been working with the pieces?
Okay. So I have audio clairvoyance. So for me, it's I hear them talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
It has gotten stronger since I've been using the devices and meditating with the devices. When I'm making them, I have to be in a certain connection to my ancestors and to the universe. It's a certain zone. I can't explain it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a certain zone that I get in when I create. And it's a feeling that I can't explain, but I know that connection is there while I'm creating.
Yes.
Because I don't want to just put them together, as if I'm putting together Legos. I want it to be a spiritual experience while I'm creating. And so through all of that, I've been able to have more experiences with my ancestors than I ever could have imagined. Their faces appear in windows while I'm out, lights going on and off, appearing as white lights in the middle of the night, saying things to me or either replaying conversations you've had previously, but that conversation relates to whatever is happening in the current realm. So those things have started happening more or have grown exponentially since I've tapped into that energy.
That's powerful. This energy is something, it's undeniable. It's something that it doesn't matter, who it is. After time, you can see the difference between somebody working with Orgone technology and somebody that's not working with it. And it's been, just like crystals and everything, it's been vilified and made evil and all of these different things. But this is that time too where it's like, hey, to each his own. If a person doesn't believe in what it is, it's fine, but just don't get in the way of the people that do, because it is the only thing that's bringing so much healing to people in so many different ways. Lucas, our son, has been working with Orgone energy batteries since 2011, and he's autistic, and it has benefited him in just an amazing way that I can't even. We definitely have podcasts about it where we shared that information of Orgone and autism, and just Orgone and that mental space is very important. It's very powerful. What happens with Orgone, the way that it worked for me, I was able to meditate. A lot of people, they say that they're not able to meditate. And that's the first thing, is as soon as you're saying that you can't do it, then it's going to become even more difficult to do it. But the reasons and the excuses that they give themselves as to why they can't meditate, they just keep using that. And then it makes it impossible for them to be able to do that. And so with Orgone technology, the scalar technology, what it does is it clears that space. So it's like a little vacuum, and it's clearing. And not only is it clearing, what it's doing is, because see, energy, you can't suck the energy away and make it disappear. Energy is forever. So it must be transformed. And that's what this Orgone technology does. It transforms non-beneficial energy to beneficial energy. And so in this way, you're able to now think clearly, and you're able to not even so much completely clear your mind of nothing. It's about having beneficial thoughts, and thoughts that are not going to be getting in the way of that time with you and your creator and the Most High. That meditation time is where you're receiving information. And so you want to be in a space of receiving. And so to be in a space of receiving, that means you're doing nothing. And so you have to sit there, lie there, stand there, and just do nothing, breathe, and feel good in that moment, and be able to receive all the goodness that is there for you to have, whether it's just in a thought, and a good thought, something pleasant, a pleasant smell, just being grateful for everything that you're surrounded by. These are the techniques that will lead you to a better meditation. And Orgone technology is important, because you'll have some people that'll say, well, you don't need that. You know, if you have faith in the universe, faith in God, you just go directly to source. But some people don't recognize that source is the very one that is granting access to this technology that is necessary, because the world is not playing fair. If the world was playing fair, every single family in the world will know the damage that is done through 5G and the technology that exists in everything that we're using. The Tesla vehicles. How many Tesla vehicles have you seen in the world? I see them everywhere I go. I see them. It's an experiment. They're testing it on people, and you're seeing the results of those tests if you look for them. And so everybody's allowed to be creative and to create these devices that are going to, basically terminate people. But nobody's allowed to come up with any solutions, because if you come up with a solution, then that means you're the devil, because you're not trusting God to just go ahead and, just in a breath, make it all better. That's not where we at. We're on earth. We're on this plane so that we can discover, rediscover, reprogram, program. That's all that exists here. We decide our existence through our own energy. And if that energy is being threatened, if that energy is not even getting an opportunity to exist, I said this before and I'll say it again. Our bodies are meant to last 150 years. If you need proof of that, for those of you that are, if you need proof of that, you can find it. But those that really want to, we're going to stick to the religious, super godly side. I know that and I'm not a theologian, but I know that somebody in the Bible, I don't know if her name was Sarah, but she had a child when she was 114 or 140, something around that. I surely remember that. I was a little girl when that part of the Bible came into my experience, and I was like, wow. How is she going to have a baby at that time? And of course, it gets explained away by, that was just, hundreds of years ago. So things were different then. And, it's not like that anymore. Like, I guess the dinosaurs, it's just something that happened. Nobody really allowed for that thought of, is this body really lasting that? Well, I'm not going to say nobody, because the people that had the authority and the ability to introduce it to the people, or the very ones that are trying to control everything. So why not make you think that you are, that you can only last for about 50 years if you're lucky? Why do they do that? Because they know that the way the mind works, the way that we were designed, it's not till after 50 that you're really getting full sense of who you are and, what you want to do in life. But the way they have it set up in the world is like, no, and this year you go to this school and you learn this and you learn that you get married, you have children, you do this, you get a job, you retire, you go to old folks home and you die. They have that, they have it all planned out. So they've taken all of the knowledge from the people. And so it's been up to the seers and the sibyls and the goddesses and all of these energies that have come, with this information, are the ones that are recreating this world to what it has to be, what it needs to be, what it's time for it to be. Because that's the whole beautiful thing about all this right now. It's not, we're trying to make something happen. If we really work hard, it could really happen. No, this is happening with or without you. Now, whether you want to exist in that heaven or in that hell, that's all in your mind. It's all up to you. But this transformation that's happening on the planet is happening with or without you. You choose to live in it or you choose to die in it. It is completely 100% your choice. This time that we're in now, it is an incredible, magnificent time. And with this magnificence, it is bringing the chaos. It is bringing those dark moments. It is bringing those times that are causing you to wonder if you should even be here at all. Make you want to hurry up and press the button so you can go back home. But you haven't recognized that home is you, where you are. Your vessel, that is home. That soul, that's home. So that means that everywhere is home for you if you know who you are. People that are fighting, trying to get land back and trying to get, somebody that stole something from you, you trying to get them to give you permission to get it back. That's insanity to me. So when you recognize that the solution to save the world is to save yourself, then everything really becomes simple, because the problems that everybody else is having on the outside it's not that important anymore when you recognize that you are the one that could fix the world by fixing yours. You start to really pay attention to what's happening in your world and how you can fix that. And then you start to experience how you fixing your world from within is affecting your world without. And then it encourages you to do that much more. And I just have to say this, y'all, because I got to keep it 100. With this, and it's woosah. This energy that has been in my world has been an energy, because, sometimes we're going through whatever we're going through and we want to project it to what everybody else is going through. And that's just not really fair. So let me just say that in my world, this energy has been kind of wringing my neck almost. I've been going on super high highs, on super low lows. And what is challenging me to do is to remember my tools, to remember the things that I know how to do, and to remember how to stop, be still, meditate, pray, and be grateful and thankful for this moment. In every moment, that's my go-to. What am I thankful for right now? What good is happening right now? That's what keeps me going. Because with this work that I came here to do, there's energies that are like, what are you even doing? Why are you even doing this? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you here? Why? And I'm not the only one that experiences this. I'm pretty sure that every single practitioner that we have here has experienced that same thing at some point or another. When you're walking in that narrow path, it definitely feels like you're going against the wind every single time. And so it is up to you to decide what you're here for, what your purpose is, what you're going to do. And sometimes that purpose is just taking another breath. Sometimes that's just what it is. We've made it so much more than what it has to be because we've taken on the problems of all of the world, just like we've been programmed to do. Watch that television and get injected with every horrible thing that you can possibly imagine that's happening in the world, and then be made responsible for that thing by whoever you voted for, what it is that you're doing in your community, everything outside. There are not enough people telling people to go inside, because going inside is called selfish. Going inside is called you're not caring about anybody but yourself. When you start working with this technology, you will know what the truth is. And won't nobody have to say anything. You will know what the truth is, and you will know exactly what you have to do. And for those of you that still feel a little bit of skepticism in what this is, go to the ocean, go put your feet in the sand, go hug a tree. All of these things that nature provides for us for our healing is amplified infinitely through Orgone technology. Because I am a private eye minister, and I have this private community that I speak to and that I commune with, I'm able to speak these things freely in this space. So when I say freely in this private space, because we can't forget that the attack on the First Amendment and the Constitution, it's real. But it's not about what they say. It's about what you know and what you feel. Those things are important for us to know, but we're not going to be able to fully know those things if we don't have this mind preparation in order for us to receive the information. And this is why the Orgone technology is essential. I never, in all of the years that I have done this work, I've always been very humble about, people's feelings. And I don't want to, I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to say things, But look, I've been working with this material for the last 13 years. And so what I'm talking about is what I know. And what is the truth is that I'm not afraid of anybody. And so I can, especially when I know that I'm protected, and I'm protected because I was able to use this technology to be able to give me the information that I need so that I can protect myself from the powers that were. And so we talk about all of that here at Master Vibration 13 when it comes to that time, but none of that can be talked about until you get to that point where you know what it is that you're receiving and know what it is that you're talking about. I know that a lot of the things that I say sometimes may sound a little cryptic, but let me tell you this. Mysticism, the word mystic, it's the mystery, right? When you start to know things, the mysticism goes away. because you know that, oh, that's just how that works. Example, you work with an Orgone energy device, and the communication that you're going to have with the ancestral realm, with the spiritual realm, with the metaphysical realm, it is inevitable. And so the way that it works is this energy, because it's there in your space, it's creating like a line. The scalar technology is creating an opening to where when you say mother, father, sister, cousin, auntie, uncle, let's talk. Let's answer me this, or what do you need, or what, or I want to express this. This communication is able to begin with this type of energy, because everything is just, it's not like, oh, the sky opens up and now this beam of light comes through and now you hear this voice. It's something that is very organic, and it's what you didn't understand before. Now you have full comprehension of it. When you have communication with someone who has passed and you can ask a question, then next thing you know the answer to that question. It might have come in a dream. It'll come in a way that it needs to come for you to be comfortable. The spiritual realm, the Most High, the divine, not trying to scare you. One of the first things that I did when I started experiencing this energy, I said, do not spook me. I don't want to be scared. Don't show me nothing that I'm not ready to see. I took complete command over my own experience, and I said what I wanted to experience. Because what I know is that if I commanded to see something, I know that I would see it and it would freak me the heck out, and I don't know what I would do. And so I know that about myself enough to know that what I'm dealing with is not a game. So let me use my own power and command what it is that I want to experience. Because as a human being in this vessel, I have the power to do that. The spiritual realm that is not here, that is in that other space, they have a power over there of what they're doing over there. And absolutely, they have huge influence among us. However, we are the ones that are here now. We are the ones with the gift of choice to choose how it is that we're going to move and what it is that we're going to listen to, who we're going to listen to, what it is that we're going to do. We have that power. And so this is what we're being reminded of now through me, right? This message that I'm giving to you is so that you could understand is that there is no power greater than your own. And other people are going to be like, oh my gosh, oh, but the Most High, and oh, that's blasphemous. Guess who created me? I am a direct extension of my creator, my mother, right? And the creator is the mother. And some people will have a heart attack for even hearing that. I listen now to people when people start really talking about, the Holy Spirit and Father God, and I do everything for God and for him and for him and for him and for him. And it gives me the heebie-jeebies. It gives me the heebie-jeebies because I know the truth. And I feel now like, how could people not know the truth of where you came from? Your mom is the total proof of how you got here. And so if you really go deep into what that is, you're going to find the truth. And if you go as deep as you can, you're going to find out that Jesus, was Jesus a woman? I mean, there's so many things that you can find out and learn, right? But bottom line is that no matter what it is that you're looking at and what it is that you think that you believe, you're only going to find the truth of what it is when you look inside of yourself and you do that work that cannot be not done. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't fake it. You cannot pretend that you're meditating. You cannot pretend that you love nature. You cannot pretend that you love yourself, because all of those things is, you are the evidence of what you believe. And we can't fake it like we used to. Trust me, I know. As much as, they say Sagittarius is, if you go through the astrological signs, we have all of these, these characteristics, and, Sagittarius is, they're just such honest people, and, they're like this, they're like that. Look, everybody on this planet has lied about something. So please, these astrological signs, these characteristics, these are all clues of your energetic system and what you have access to if you really were to learn yourself. And you would recognize that you're all of the signs. You have things about yourself that coincide with every single sign, astrological sign that exists. But see, these are the truths that you will come to when you start looking for them inside of you. Here's another thing. Everybody don't want to know the truth. Everybody don't want to know what it is. Everybody doesn't want to know what you know. And you can't be mad at them for them not wanting to know. You just have to allow it to be. And sometimes that means that you have to separate yourself from the people that you love the most. It's your decision. You want to live in the illusion or you want to live in the truth, and whatever that truth is, that's what it is. And then you got to find those people that believe in the same truth that you believe in so that you could live a harmonious and peaceful life. Because if you're going to live all of your life trying to fight the people that don't believe in what you believe in, then you're just wasting it. It's been a long time since I've spoken on this platform, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to yield, and I'm going to ask if anyone has any questions or comments in regards to the chakras, the Orgone energy, scalar technology, anything that I've talked about, anything that you guys want to touch on, please. I received that. It is Woosah Wednesday. We are here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to be a part of what we're doing at Master Vibration 13, you have to be a member of MasterVibration13.com. I will not say that it is free to be a part of this community. We want you to know that your energy is very valuable, and we find all people to be inherent infinionaires. And so your energy in being here is valuable enough to keep you here. Your word and what you participate in, that's powerful. And we honor that and we appreciate that here at Master Vibration 13. We do a lot of things here that we don't talk about publicly. We don't make videos about. The people that know, they know, and the people that are curious and want to know more, they know how to ask. If you were one of those people and you're hearing this for the first time and you, I just had a thought because, there's a lot of cults going around, and you're concerned about Master Vibration 13 being a cult, you call me directly and I will be happy to answer any questions that you might have and give you any information that will help you comprehend what it is that we do here at Master Vibration 13 and Infinity Ministries. The number is 818-233-5776. 818-233-5776. And that's for all things Master Vibration 13. I want to thank you all for listening today, for being here today. I want to thank the Master Vibration 13 self-healing practitioners and eye ministers that are a part of this service. We have a commitment to have this service be available for people, whether they're here live or they're listening offline. And if you're listening offline and you feel shy and you don't want to participate on a Woosah Wednesday, but you still want a Woosah, then you go ahead and give us a call or send us a text, not a call, a text at 818-233-5776, and be specific with what it is that you're wanting assistance with. Every Friday, we have a service. It's called the Grand Rising of the Matriarch. In that service, we invite everyone to participate because it is important for all to know about the Grand Rising of the Matriarch, because this is happening. This is something that is happening every second of the day. And people are unaware of this power that's coming in, and they get angry for not being aware of it. There's a lot of separation in relationships, in all kinds of relationships, brotherhoods, sisterhoods, fatherhoods, mother, father, sister, brother, children and their parents. When it comes to the divine feminine, it is a great force. It is a great force that when you come to the realization of what it is undeniable. And so at the Grand Rising of the Matriarch, we're wanting to help people have awareness of what this power is, what this fire is, what this water is, what it all is, And so having this awareness of the divine feminine, not as a theme or as this is what's popular now, to be a woman, to be cool. No, it's just the reality of what this time is and what is necessary. And the reason why this is so important to Master Vibration 13 is because when Master Vibration 13 came into fruition, it was about raising the vibration of this planet. It was about healing people, helping people heal. And I was so adamant about doing everything that I could to help people, right? And then I got the truth that I can only help people by helping myself and being an example of the truth that I believe. And that's what Master Vibration is about and what it has become. And it is so important for everyone that is on this journey with us to exemplify that, your journey and your example of what is true for you, and be able to exist in an independent, collaborative community that recognizes and respects the identity and the independence and, the identity of each individual, how important that is. Every single individual is important, and then when we come together and work to this capacity, then this is how the world changes. So I know I just went on a little tangent because I don't even know what I started talking about, but that's what happens when you give Minister SCG 13 the microphone. I just start talking. But I'm ending this talk now. But I'm not going to end it. I'm going to ask, because I was talking about the Grand Rising of the Matriarch. That's what happened. And then I got into this tangent. So I want to invite you to please come to the Grand Rising of the Matriarch tomorrow. Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here at MasterVibration13.com, with I'm Minister Ojayemi and I'm Minister Reddy and me on the board. So, I'm Minister Ojayemi, is there anything that you wanted to add about Friday that we should know? Let me see. I'm going to take that as a no. I don't think... Wait, maybe she left. Did you leave, Minister Ojayemi?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
No, everything. No, you took care of everything. Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Well, thank you all so much for being part of this Woosah. I'll be back again next Woosah, and I'll be back on Friday for the Grand Rising of the Matriarch. Thank you, I'm Minister Jennifer, and I'm Minister Gabrielle for your presence. We know that she had some things going on, so she was a little quiet today. But we'll be back again next week. So thank you all so much. Hasta la próxima. Adios, everyone. Wholeness.